You're standing in a backyard at a weekend BBQ. The guy next to you is casually flipping burgers and mentioning the new rental property he just closed on. A few minutes later, someone else chimes in about maxing out their 401k for the 10th year in a row. You smile, you nod. You say something polite like, "That's great, man, good for you," but inside you're running a very different kind of math. You're calculating if Friday's paycheck will actually survive Monday's credit card auto pay. You're wondering if there will be enough left over to cover your oldest daughter's braces next week. And you're trying desperately not to think about the fact that your own retirement account is hovering somewhere around $40,000. I know that exact feeling. That hollow drop in your stomach while you hold a paper plate and pretend everything is fine, while your brain is quietly panicking over the medical bill from your aging parents that showed up in today's mail. You play the part. We all do. You keep up appearances because you're supposed to be in your peak earning years. But it comes with a quiet cost. Every time you perform that financial confidence, you isolate yourself a little more. You start believing you're the only one in your 40s who somehow missed the manual on how to actually build wealth. But what nobody talks about over those backyard beers is the actual math keeping that neighborhood afloat. A lot of the people bragging about their portfolios are heavily leveraged, and plenty of others are quietly managing the exact same debt you are. Let's talk about what is actually happening to your money right now. Imagine a 42-year-old marketing director. He finally cracked $120,000 a year. It's the highest salary of his entire career. With that bump, he upgrades to a reliable, slightly nicer SUV, financed naturally. He moves his family into a neighborhood with better schools. He also quietly sends $500 a month to his aging parents to help cover their rising property taxes. On paper, he is the picture of the American dream. He is winning. But on the 28th of every month, his checking account is practically at zero. He sits at his kitchen table, staring at his banking app, asking a question I hear all the time. I make 6 figures. Where does it all go? He didn't blow it on luxury watches or trips to Europe. He got caught in the quiet, methodical trap of lifestyle inflation mixed with demographic bad luck. When your income goes up in your late 30s and early 40s, your fixed costs usually follow, but they scale faster than your paycheck. Your expenses aren't just about you anymore. You're in the sandwich squeeze, balancing the financial pull of 3 generations at once. You are trying to fund your teenager's rapidly growing expenses, braces, sports, college funds, while simultaneously absorbing the shock of your parents' healthcare and housing costs. Your cash flow is being attacked from both ends. This brings us to the benchmarks that financial institutions love to publish. A major brokerage firm like Fidelity will boldly state that by age 40, you should have 3 times your annual salary saved for retirement. If you earn $100,000, they expect you to have $300,000 patiently sitting in index funds. When most people hear that number, they feel a physical weight drop in their chest. It sounds impossible, but we need to look at what is actually happening on the ground, not in a glossy brochure. Data from the Federal Reserve shows a completely different reality. The median retirement account balance for Americans between the ages of 35 and 44 is right around $45,000. Half the country has less than that. That gap between the $300,000 expectation and the $45,000 reality is where the midlife financial panic lies. It makes you feel like a massive failure. I need to be very clear about this. You are not bad at math. You aren't lazy. You are simply trying to play a 2026 financial game using a rule book that was written in 1985. The benchmarks we relentlessly judge ourselves against were built for an economy where a single income could easily buy an $89,000 house and comfortably support a family of 4. That economy does not exist anymore. Healthcare costs have exploded. Education costs have detached from reality. Yet, we still internalize those old milestones. We feel obligated to perform them. This creates a dangerous structural flaw in how you manage your money today. The trap isn't the daily lat. The trap is the massive, unmovable fixed costs you take on to look like an adult who has it all together. The big mortgage, the $800 car payment, the private school tuition. Here is the invisible trade-off you make when you try to keep up appearances. By expanding your lifestyle to match an outdated definition of success, you are bleeding your current cash flow dry. Every single dollar tied up in a high fixed cost is a dollar that cannot buy your future freedom. It is money trapped in the present. If that structure doesn't change, the math gets tough. Retiring at 65 starts to slip away, and you end up working into your 70s just to sustain a lifestyle that's already exhausting you. You become a high-paid tenant of your own lifestyle. Most people eventually realize this. The stress gets too high. They hit a breaking point, cut up the credit cards, download a strict budgeting app, and vow to aggressively start over. They do everything the experts say, but even then, they fail. A few months later, they end up right back where they started. So why, even when you realize the trap and try to escape, do you still get pulled back down? Because there is a massive blind spot that traditional financial gurus completely ignore. You downloaded the budgeting app, you cut your expenses, you made a strict plan, but you still ended up falling behind. Why? Because the standard financial advice completely ignores the reality of being in your 40s. The reason you cannot catch up is not a lack of discipline. It is a concept called financial fragility. You are trying to operate a rigid financial machine during a highly volatile stage of life. The traditional advice assumes your life will follow a smooth, uninterrupted trajectory. But a midlife variable does not care about your perfect Excel spreadsheet. Think about how this cycle usually plays out. You finally get serious, you cut the subscriptions, you stop eating out, and over 8 grueling months, you manage to save $10,000. You take a deep breath. You feel the momentum building. Then, a random Tuesday happens. Maybe it's unexpected layoffs, or an aging parent suddenly needs care. Just like that, the $10,000 evaporates to cover the immediate crisis. You are right back at zero. The mathematical progress is erased, but the psychological damage is much worse. You feel completely helpless, and that is the exact moment most people simply give up. Why does this keep happening? Because the financial industry trains you to obsess over the wrong metric. They want you to focus on your net worth. They want you to look at the massive equity sitting in your home and feel secure. But you cannot pay a divorce attorney with the drywall in your living room. You cannot fund your teenager's sudden medical needs with a retirement account that penalizes you for touching it early. You might be a millionaire on paper, but if your cash is entirely locked up in assets, you are functionally broke the second a crisis hits. We have to change how we measure your stability. We need to stop tracking paper wealth and start tracking your liquidity ratio. Look at your financial picture today. If a $5,000 midlife shock lands on your kitchen counter tomorrow morning, can you absorb it with liquid cash? Or do you have to pull out a credit card and eat a guaranteed 22% interest rate? If you have to borrow money just to survive a normal life event, your system is dangerously fragile. I have sat at that exact kitchen table. I vividly remember the day I finally cleared my credit card balance. I actually celebrated. I felt like I had finally won the game. Exactly 3 weeks later, our HVAC system completely died in the dead of winter. That same week, a massive out-of-pocket medical bill for my mom arrived in the mail. I didn't have a liquid cash buffer. I had to pull out that same piece of plastic and swipe it. The interest started compounding against me all over again. It wasn't just the financial setback that hurt. It was the quiet, burning humiliation. I felt like a complete failure who couldn't even protect his own family from a broken heater. That's the flaw in traditional budgeting. When you build a plan that assumes life will be perfectly smooth, you leave yourself exposed to normal chaos. The long-term cost of that choice is spending your next 2 decades constantly rebuilding from zero. You don't need an ultra-tight budget that deprives you of every joy. You need a shock-proof system. You need resilience built to absorb the inevitable chaos of your 40s so your investments actually have time to grow. Recognizing your own financial fragility is the first step out of the trap. Now, as you look at those final 15 to 20 peak earning years ahead of you, how do we actually build that shock-proof system and start catching up fast? You have about 15 to 20 years left in your peak earning window. Let's be completely honest about what that means. You do not have 4 decades to sit back, invest a tiny amount, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. That luxury is gone. But you have an entirely different advantage, one that a 25-year-old simply does not possess: raw income power. Your biggest lever right now is not time. It is a concept called contribution intensity. This simply means the sheer volume of cash and the percentage of your income that you are willing to forcefully redirect into your future. Think about a 42-year-old standing at a financial crossroads. He has 2 choices. Path A is the default. He keeps the expensive SUV with the massive monthly payment. He pays the minimums on his credit cards, keeps upgrading his house to match the neighbors, and secretly hopes a market boom will magically bail him out. He is protecting his status, but his financial system remains incredibly fragile. Then there is Path B. He steps off the treadmill. He trades the luxury SUV for a reliable 5-year-old sedan. He pauses the kitchen renovation. He takes all that freed up cash flow, maybe 20 or 25% of his take-home pay, and aggressively throws it into his investments. He stops performing success and starts actually building it. Here is why Path B changes everything. Let's look at the math. If a 25-year-old casually invests $200 a month at an average 8% return, they will end up with about $700,000 by age 65. But if you start at age 40 and you use your peak earning power to invest $1,500 a month at that same return, you end up with roughly $1.3 million by the time you retire. Starting late but playing aggressively consistently beats starting early but acting casually. But the math demands a sacrifice. Why does this happen so rarely? Because the hardest part isn't the math, it's the social pressure. You have to trade the appearance of success today for actual options tomorrow. If you refuse to make that trade, the long-term cost is severe. Prioritizing the appearance of wealth today often means passing the financial pressure down to your kids later. You will end up forcing them into the exact same sandwich squeeze that is suffocating you right now. Lowering your lifestyle by just 1 notch today buys your absolute independence for the rest of your life. That is what true optionality means. It means having the ability to make decisions without being cornered by a lack of money. The math does not lie, and your window of opportunity is still wide open. But understanding the theory is not enough. To actually build that shock-proof system and start catching up fast, you have to execute 3 exact steps. Imagine a husband and wife sitting at the kitchen table late at night, voices raised. They are arguing about their 15-year-old's 529 college fund. The husband wants to pause the contributions so they can finally max out their own retirement accounts. The wife feels like they are abandoning their child's future. It feels entirely selfish. But here is the brutal reality. Your kid can take out a student loan to get a degree. You cannot take out a loan to fund your retirement. You have to put your own oxygen mask on first. If you do not secure your own financial foundation now, your kids will end up paying for your care later. That is the ultimate trade-off. Step 1 to building your shock-proof system is taking off the backpack of rocks. I am talking about high-interest consumer debt. If you are carrying a credit card balance at 20% interest, no investment in the world can reliably outpace that guaranteed loss. It makes zero mathematical sense to invest $500 a month into an index fund while paying $600 in credit card interest. You need to aggressively attack this using the debt avalanche method. Move that balance to a 0% introductory rate card immediately. Stop the interest from compounding against you. If you skip this, that 20% interest rate simply outpaces whatever you can save. The math works against you. I used to think paying off a mortgage as fast as possible was the absolute peak of financial safety. I was completely wrong. Locking all your free cash into home equity while a credit card drains you at 20% interest just doesn't make mathematical sense. Liquidity is king. Having cash on hand to absorb a midlife shock is what actually keeps you safe. Step 2 is attacking your largest fixed cost. For most people, that is housing. We talked about lifestyle creep earlier. If your mortgage, property taxes, and maintenance are eating 40% of your take-home pay, the math simply does not work for catching up. This is where you have to look at downsizing or geographic arbitrage. If your kids are heading off to college soon, do you still need to heat, cool, and insure a 4-bedroom house in a premium school district? Moving to a smaller footprint or a lower-cost area is the single largest cash flow lever you can pull. You are trading the prestige of a large driveway for the peace of mind of a fully funded retirement account. The trade-off is emotional. It is hard to leave a family home. But staying in a house that drains your ability to invest means you are choosing to remain house poor for the rest of your life. Step 3 is optimizing your peak earning years using the tax code. As of 2026, the rules for catch-up contributions have changed, and you need to use this to your advantage. The standard 401k contribution limit is now $24,500. But if you are 50 or older, the IRS allows you to throw in an extra $8,000. That is $32,500 a year shielded and growing. Pay close attention to this mechanism. Under the new Secure 2.0 Act, if your wages were over $150,000 last year, that $8,000 catch-up contribution is now legally required to go into a Roth account. It must be after-tax money. This actually builds a tax-free shield for your future withdrawals. If you do not utilize these catch-up provisions, you are leaving your most powerful wealth-building tool on the table during the exact window when you need it most. You see, it sounds like a lot of steps, but every massive system starts with one small decision. You spend so much time obsessing over invisible benchmarks and comparing your behind-the-scenes reality to your neighbor's highlight reels. But building wealth in your 40s is not about hitting an arbitrary number on a spreadsheet by a certain birthday. It's about building a system that survives midlife chaos. You secure your liquidity, clear the high-interest debt, and use your peak earning years to buy back your options. I do not have a crystal ball to tell you if the stock market is going to crash next week, and I certainly do not have all the answers. But I do know with absolute certainty that the math of consistency can radically change your trajectory over the next 15 years. If this video hit home for you, I want you to do one thing today. Go down to the comments and write down one past financial mistake that you are finally going to forgive yourself for. Take off that backpack of rocks and leave it right there. Hit the subscribe button so we can keep building that shock-proof system together. You started late, but you still have time.